More than 1 million passengers have been affected by flight cancellations since the United States and Israel launched strikes on Iran over the weekend.
I was stranded outside of the country. All flights had been canceled, UAE airspace closed.
The Iranians are targeting the airports to create political pressure as they slow down commerce, they slow down business, they disrupt travel, they disrupt the tourism industry. If this goes on for a month or 5 weeks, that will create economic hardship.
I cover airlines at CNBC, and I've been tracking the impact of the Iran war on air travel across the Middle East, including in Dubai, a critical travel hub connecting virtually every part of the world.
The airport has been struck multiple times.
We got 20 minutes from Dubai and turned around because the Iranians were firing missiles at Dubai.
The UAE is Iran's #1 target because of the relationship of the UAE to the United States.
Dubai International Airport is the busiest international travel hub in the world, with 95.2 million people passing through the airport in 2025. Virtually all of the flights in and out of the UAE have been canceled since Saturday.
I just couldn't believe how empty Dubai airport was. The arrivals board was just blank.
Those cancellations have stranded passengers around the world, including vacationers and business travelers with connecting flights through major hubs in the Middle East. 138,000 passengers a day connected through Dubai, Abu Dhabi, and Doha last year.
I'm getting messages from contacts, from sources, from friends saying we're still stranded, ranging from Australia to all over Asia.
Local authorities gave airlines the green light to start a limited number of flights out of Dubai International Airport earlier this week to help evacuate stranded passengers.
They're going to unseat all of that backlog, and then that airport, we assume, will remain closed for the foreseeable future in Dubai. The earlier you take action, the earlier you move, the better off you will be. You have a 90% higher probability of survival if you move out of a conflict zone than if you shelter in place.
Some airports remain open in Saudi Arabia, Egypt, and Jordan. Airlines are now forming plans to repatriate thousands of citizens. That's going to include a massive airlift that could include the largest passenger planes in the world and possibly private jets to move as many people as possible. Frequent and vast airspace closures are making that challenging.
In Abu Dhabi, they have put up people who are stranded in hotels and asked those hotels to just extend. The country's actually paid for it, which is just unheard of. So obviously they are sure that everybody is going to be able to get out soon.
The #1 advice that we have for people that are going to move is you've got to check the visa requirements. Specifically, if you have an event planned for somewhere in the Gulf or somewhere in the Middle East, we are in a wait and see moment. Watch, listen, keep the plans you have. In the interim, call your travel provider, call the airlines, call the hotel, and ask them very clearly, what is my refund policy?
Travel insurance doesn't always cover things like this. So what customers need to know is that they need what's called a cancel anytime policy.
I've asked a lot of people, are you considering leaving Dubai? Many of them have said no. Life is too good here. Dubai is not this kind of wasteland of a war zone. That is just completely wrong. Yes, the airport was empty, but I'm still home in my apartment and everything works, and hopefully it will stay that way.
The one word that describes the environment we are in today, right now, is uncertainty. The conditions on the ground can change like that. You've got to be prepared logistically, children, pets, and feeding and taking care of yourself.
It's fascinating to see them targeting airports. That represents a lot to me in Dubai because it's attacking the economic engine of Dubai.
We projected 4 to 5 weeks, but we have capability to go far longer than that.
If this goes 5 weeks, every day that goes further, you're going to have major impacts, specifically to Dubai, as it is heavily dependent on tourism. Well, that tourism is going to dry up. Number two, if you think about the hospitality industry, they need food coming in every day off of ships and off of airplanes. That's wildly disrupted right now. Lastly, with the Suez Canal all but shut down now, eventually you will see this affect oil and gas and the ability to run a nation.
The UAE is the top U.S. trade partner in the Middle East. In 2025, total trade between the United Arab Emirates and the U.S. reached $39 billion. The UAE has over $1 trillion invested in the United States and has pledged to invest $1.4 trillion in the U.S. economy over the next decade.
They want to create political pressure where the UAE starts to go to the administration and question, hey, are you going to help defend us?
The message from the Dubai government is that the economy is continuing. We will protect people here. The UAE will not allow Abu Dhabi or Dubai to fail. They built too much on their reputation here.
The extent of the impact of the shuttered airspace across the Middle East remains to be seen. What's happening now in Iran, the airspace closures, is not just affecting travelers, but could also drive up the prices for shipping, for other goods, because there could be surcharges tacked onto those prices. These are major air hubs. There's lots of concerns that retaliatory strikes from Iran could hit other places, and what is happening is that airlines are having to skirt those areas. They're taking longer routes, which require more fuel, more time, and that's something that's going to trickle down to ticket prices too.
Once you start a conflict, there's going to be surprises. Once you pull the tail of a snake, it has the opportunity to bite you back. That is where we're at today. Uncertainty, uncertainty, uncertainty.